it's a lot of times the material things that he's giving don't mean nothing to him. So if I can give you something that I have an abundance of and you think that I really love you, then you're actually being confused.
We're boyfriend. People are meeting, fucking, we together, but we're not together because nobody really had a clear understanding of what it is. Like, there is no tradition anymore.
Manage emotion is, to me, is one of the most difficult things in the world to do. Because when you really care about somebody, sometimes you get attached to people and you don't even realize it's happening.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Rico Hundo here at 8 at the table again. We got a fire special guest that I'm glad to have here. You know, we're going to see if she can keep up with the guys because it's me and Esso also on the panel.
Come on, man. Don't do that.
So before we even get into today's topic, I want her to introduce herself to you guys.
What's up, y'all? It's Miss Laura Mora, and I am here with Rico and Esso, and I ain't never scared. Period. Point blank. Pooh.
Sounds like a scared. Sounds like a scared one to me.
Scared of.
Pow.
You know.
When they say they're not scared, they scared.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little nervous, but I'm more nervous of y'all.
All right, so let's jump right into the topic then. So what we're going to talk about today is emotional guidance, emotional management, over-calculating, not calculated enough.
Availability,
yep. So let's actually jump in with our guest, Laura Mora. So how do you feel? Do you feel that you manage or calculate your emotions, you know, to the most efficient way that you can possess when it comes to you dealing with somebody that you're interested in or dating?
Oh, when it comes to dating?
Yeah, or even like, I don't know, everybody's terminology on dating is different.
interacting.
Yeah, interacting, dating.
You know what I mean? Messing around,
having fun.
Super
freak.
Trips.
So, I mean, where I'm at now, in my life right now, my emotional guidance has, I've really, really improved a lot. Before, I'm the type of person that I wear my heart on my sleeves. So the energy I give out, I always expect it back, because how I move, how I think, how I treat others is I do unto others how I want. I treat others how I want to be treated. So it's like a rude awakening, the times, you know, like that I would be hurt over and over and over again, and it's like, whoa. So I always thought like being honest and just being open with my emotions and my feelings and who I am, I thought that was the way to go. But the world we live in right now, it doesn't matter. Like, you can't be honest. You can't be open. As a matter of fact, you have to be guarded from the beginning.
Can you be honest and guarded?
No.
Why not?
How are you honest and guarded?
Because you could tell some things, but not tell everything.
Yeah.
So you're not lying, but you're not just being like free with all your life.
Well, that's true. That's true. Well, then in that case, yeah, you can be.
Because being emotionally available is a big deal. Like, I wear my emotions on my sleeve too. But I feel like as a man, you can do that a little more than a woman can. You know what I'm saying? Because it's respected. Women want it. You know, they're into emotions. Dudes might be like, yo, you too emotional for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that you're going too far for me. You're taking this crazy. Come down a little bit. But to manage emotion is, to me, is one of the most difficult things in the world to do. Because when you really care about somebody, sometimes you get attached to people and you don't even realize it's happening.
Right.
So that's when you realize, like, oh, I'm really into it. Like, I'm really tripping about this girl or this dude, whatever it may be in your situation. So how do you manage that when you don't even realize it's going on?
Well, in my case, I know it's going on.
You got everything.
I know.
Here's all of me.
And I am learning. That's where I'm at, and I guess that's why I'm single now, because I am learning that. But I mean, that's what I want. I want a man. Like, I feel like I want a man to. I'm a gem. I want a man to, I respect feelings, I respect emotions before I respect anything else. I know we live in a world where it's money, then emotions, then feelings, then character and all of that. No, I'm the opposite, and I'm not going to say I'm wrong. I'm going to stick to what I am. I'm going to stick to and what I believe in. And for me, I need to, you can have money and treat me like shit. That's not going to make me stay. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I need to feel that you love me just as much as I love you, regardless of what you do for me, what you give me, how you do it. Like, because at the end of the day, my feelings and my emotions, and I mean, that's so much more powerful than sex or anything else. Like, because I'm so emotional and I love so hard, that can't be bought.
But you ain't gonna find somebody that's gonna love hard back, because we had a segment up here, like, in a relationship, somebody loves more than the other.
All the time.
Their love is not gonna be the same.
But love is love. It's not about loving more or loving less. When you love someone, you respect them. You respect their feelings. You respect their emotions. You just respect them. As humans, we are taught to love. So it's not about loving each other more.
Can you tell us what order? The way you did that breakdown, money, character, love, feelings, which is the number one most important? And then down to...
Character and love.
I'm a love person.
You're not born with money, are you?
Some, not me.
I mean, even people that come from money.
No, you're not born. You don't have money in your hand.
Exactly, when you're born, right?
Okay, from a literal sense, yeah.
You're not.
I get it.
So what gets you through life? Love. Because you have some kids that's born into rich-ass families and end up being the most fucked up individuals in the world because they didn't have love, but they had money. They were raised with money. They wasn't raised with love.
You know what I think, to go on that and what you just said, and also to go on what you said prior when you mentioned, I need to feel loved, right? I think that a lot of people run into this issue, and I'm the opposite end. I'm overly calculated with my emotions and my feelings to the point where I am not emotionally considerate, right? Because some things are just temporary. Mm-hmm. Your feelings are just temporary 90% of the time, right? Now, there are some times that it's not. And those are the times that I have the short end of the stick. But in my situation, in my life, the odds are usually in my favor, being that 90% of them are typically temporary. But I can control that, and I can manage my emotions so well because I don't need to feel love. Because the way, like, if I touch you today a certain way, you could feel love. And 5 years from now, I touch you the same exact way, but that no longer, strokes your feelings for love. So now when your feelings change, because your feelings are always changing, so is the work for you to feel loved. See, the way I work, I got to know who's genuine with me. And based on your genuineness, that's how I decipher if you love me, regardless how you treat me. For example, I know Esso love me a lot. That's my guy, right? But if I don't talk to Esso for 2 weeks straight, I know the love don't change. But if somebody was like, hey, yo, we're in a relationship and, you don't talk to me for 7 days, or you were really busy for 7 days, do you really still love me? Like, to me, that kind of like, it doesn't make sense, because just because someone's actions are not making you feel love, that doesn't mean that they no longer love you, or that they don't love you. They don't possess, those feelings for you that they once did. And I think we got to understand that as people, like, nobody should make us feel loved. We should know that we're loved, and then we should know when we're not.
Right.
And then we move accordingly upon that.
But isn't every relationship different, though? Because me and you, we have a brotherly relationship. So when you're brothers, you don't speak daily. Sometimes you do. But with a female, you have a sexual relationship. It's more emotional. Like, me and you, we share that because of what our families go through. Right? So you'll tell me about the baby. I'll tell you about what's going on with my daughter, my wife, blah, blah, blah. So I have my shit going on with them, but it's not with you. I bring it to you and we talk about it. We don't have those type of things between us that would even make me think twice about where me and you stand at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, I've had 2 relationships that were similar to what I'm talking about, right? Like, the first time when I was out of school, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do things the right way. I worked 2 jobs. I went to the music studio 3 times a week. I was averaging 4 hours of sleep a night. And And I had a girlfriend for a good year and a half of that time. I saw her maybe once or twice a month. I only had 2 days off a month. So like and I usually work 2 jobs. So like it wasn't, and she thugged it out because she's like, I know you love me. You're just doing what you got to do. So like there are times where you're not going to be present, and I believe, I hope everything is temporary. Like your struggles and whatnot are temporary. And then you got to understand sometimes that just comes with the territory. Like where there are times where she was like, yo, I really wish you were more present. Yes. But she also knew like, hey, look, I can't text you during my work shift. So I'm only texting you right before I go to sleep. We have a 30-minute conversation. I'm sleeping because I'm not getting much sleep anyways. But at the same point, she still knew that she was loved. I had another relationship where we only saw each other really on Saturdays. She worked a lot. I worked a lot. Saturday was our day. That was our peace day. That's the day that we, kind of like kumbaya and, just decompress with each other. And a lot of times we didn't really do nothing. We just actually just enjoyed each other's company. And that lasted for a while too.
Right, but that's seeing each other.
Yeah, but I'm saying like it wasn't frequent. It was 4 times. If you just think about it, every Saturday is only 4 Saturdays in a month.
Right, but that's fine, right? I agree with you. If we both have a whole lot of things going on, but at the end of the day, you make time for what you want to make time for. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're working, so are you guys in the same state and like in the same city?
At that time, yeah.
Okay, so you guys were in the same city.
Yeah, we were like maybe 15, 20 minutes away.
All right, and that's fine 4 days, but you were communicating with her consistently, not every day. So that's a difference. That's the thing. You're not gonna be dating me, and we're not in a relationship, right? And we're not speaking or seeing each other for 4 or 5 days. That's not happening. Okay, so that's the difference. You're still showing her that you love her. It's still an act of, it
still wouldn't be enough though.
That's what I'm saying.
For some women, it's not. And that's women who are not secure or within themselves, or they're not. It's something going on. I was there at one point. You know what I'm saying? Before it was like, I felt like if I didn't see you all the time, if I didn't talk to you all the time, like, you know what I'm saying? I felt like, no, that was in love. But as I've gotten older, as I've evolved, and I've been doing therapy, I've been doing mind, body, and soul. And then a person's background, a person's upbringing, a person's coach has so much to do with that as well. And that's why a lot of times people tell me, well, Laura, why do you tell a man about yourself so much from the beginning? Because I can't waste no time. I'm letting you know where I'm at, who I am. This is what I've been through. This is what has hurt me. This is what run now if you want to run.
But you don't think that can make it? But 2 things.
Then run.
You're going to wait. One, you setting him up to run. That's the first thing.
And that's fine.
Right? Secondly, touching on Rico with the being emotional, he grew up differently. So background is a big deal. I grew up on love.
Right.
Period. He grew up on survival. Period. So his emotions is going to be totally different from mine, although people will look at us and think we're vice versa. You know what I'm saying? But that's how he grew up. Now, you grew up and you mentioned something about your mom that she wasn't there that long or you wouldn't know and stuff like that.
My dad wasn't there. My mom wasn't there.
Okay,
my brothers, my sister.
So when you have that type of situation, right, most people that I've seen like that, and this ain't no slight to you, they be open, but they be looking for love because of that situation. So now you're running down 1, 2, this bothered me. And as a man, I might really like you, but it might just be too much for me from the beginning.
Right.
You might have to ease me into that. You know what I'm saying? Pardon my friend, you lay some box on the nigga. He's more receptive. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
wait.
I'll listen to you a little bit.
I'll listen to you a little
So
more.
let me go back a little bit.
If it's good box.
I just want to clarify something.
The date
right?
box.
We had a conversation about trauma at one time when you said something like, you should have told me that you had some type of sexual trauma that you're reliving. Now we can't have sex. Now I'm gonna go and sleep with somebody else.
Situation that you gave me. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So when we're talking about that, if you were a girl and she had sexual trauma, you said you want to know up front.
Facts.
But you told. Yeah, okay.
So my question is, are you saying that if it's not extreme, Laura could give it to you piece by piece, or? Because she's saying what you want. You say you want to know up front. You want to know everything up front. She's saying, I'm letting you know everything up front, and if you want it, you want it. You don't, you don't.
Okay.
I come as is.
Yo, let me answer. Up front ain't the first 15 minutes that I'm meeting her.
Of course not. No.
Because up front is while we're dating, you posed the whole situation of we were dating for 6 months or 8 months.
Okay.
And then it changed. And then she wanted to tell me about sexual trauma after we didn't had sex.
After 6 months.
After we didn't had sex mad times. That's when I said, okay, well, you telling me about the sexual trauma now, and we didn't have sex mad times. So what are we supposed to do? Stop having sex?
So let me just keep you up on the scenario. So the scenario was, what if you're dating a woman who basically, she gave her body to you as a man, she gave the body, and you guys are having sex, and then overall, it just became too much for her. She had to come out and let you know, look, I suffered a lot of sexual trauma. I need us to slow down on having sex. I need to rebuild because it's just too much for me. Esso was like, that's kind of deceiving because you could have told me that in the beginning. We've been together for 6 months. But I'm trying to get a timeline.
Yeah, because she's giving me, well, let me just say this. She's giving me the vibe of, we sitting down, I like you. I'm telling you every single thing. This is what happened. I said, that's the vibe that she
On the first date.
No.
Even if it's the first week. What I'm saying is you need to tell me.
I'm a 7-day guy.
Tell me.
7
right?
days?
Yeah.
You need to tell me, but I'm not looking for you to burn my ear down with 58 facts when I see you.
What's a timeline?
I'm not a timeline. She can start telling me from day one, right? But I'm not asking her to tell me 58
Right,
facts from
of
day
course.
one. Like, if we're having a conversation, she can then, anybody can then start to explain.
Sneak shit in.
Who they are. This is who I am. This is who Randy Parker is. That's my real name. I don't like liars. That's where I'm starting at. If you lie to me, it's a wrap. I'm not telling you, yo, I gotta have menages. I need head 4 to 5 days. I'm not doing that.
Honestly, I'd rather men tell me that from the front.
Okay.
I'm like that.
So this is where I want a man to be direct with me from the front so that I could be like, okay, let me know. And again, that's me. And I'm going to give what I want. I'm not saying from the first day, we meet the first day, and I'm like, so, I was molested, and I didn't even know.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying, I'm not
cool
saying
with that.
Like, first of all, you wouldn't even feel comfortable being able to tell that to someone you're just meeting. But if we meet each other, and you're feeling me, I'm feeling you, and you're inviting me on a date, and I feel like, okay, this could be possible, but let me let you know this, because like you said, you could be dealing with a girl that don't tell you this, and then you're into her 6 months later. And you're like, whoa. And then it becomes, and that's how toxic relationships come. You have to be open. What is wrong with saying, yo, I've been through this before?
Women take
This is
advantage.
what I've been.
Women will
just
clown
wanna
you
be
for that.
My thing, and then again, I'm 38 years old.
Depends.
I ain't got time to waste. And not saying I'm going to rush anybody, but I'd rather a man be upfront with me from the beginning. I'd rather understand a man and the way they think than you play it low, like, yeah, we good. Because men got trauma, too. Y'all fucked up in the head.
I talk about my trauma all the time. Y'all know it.
And it could be a conversation. And I'm not saying, and this is the problem that when you, first of all, we live in a generation where there is no, you meet a person, you get to know a person, you date them, then you become, we establish we're boyfriend. People are meeting, fucking, we together, but we're not together because nobody really had a clear understanding of what it is. Like, there is no tradition anymore.
That's how all my relationships
I don't know if maybe I'm just stuck in tradition, but I ain't mad at it because I am tired of meeting men that all from the beginning, they are the best men in the world and this and this and that. And then I'm like, okay, I'm into this. Okay, I'm liking this and I'm, okay, let's do this. And then you switch up on me. Be real from the beginning because just because you tell me, listen, honestly, all I want to do is fuck. Oh, okay. Now you giving me an option and you giving me a choice.
And they usually come back.
You give me an option and you give me a choice.
I'm just listening because when we're talking about these things, it sounds really good. But when people are going through these things and you add emotions and sex and feelings, it's not as easy as just to, yo, let me tell you about myself.
Yeah,
this is who I am. Love me for who I am. Respect me, and let's move forward. That's not reality.
I think
it's not reality.
I think it's not. I agree with SO it's not, but I do know a lot of times that it is. Like, that in my own life, you know what I'm saying, that I know people, because that's how I learned it. I didn't just pick it up and just start doing it myself. Like, it started with my mom telling me. Then I was around a certain group of men that, like, if you lie to girls, you're a clown. Like, that's the men that my friends, they're all 38,
You're
39,
not
40.
lying though.
No, but I'm saying, like, lying or omitting, right? Omitting your truths. We believe in airing not everything. Like I said, there are certain severities. Like, if you were molested, I'm not just saying tell me you were molested on the first day.
Right. Yeah.
But air out your baggage with the person that you want to take serious. It's okay.
Right.
Because at some point in time, that baggage, you're going to have to find out if it weighed too much anyways. So let's just figure this out from the get-go. Now, the only thing I would say, and my question to you is, right, because I've had the situation happen to me, and let's say you come to me, like, let's say hypothetically, we're on dates and we're dating and we're seeing each other, and at some point in time, you come to a point where you're comfortable enough to tell me certain things of how you are, not what you went through, but how you are. And you're like, yo, I'm like this, I'm like that, I'm like that. And I'm like, okay, cool. Are you willing to change? I'm like this, and I need these things. Are you going to try to provide these things that I'm asking for, even though they might be opposite of what you are? So I guess to button up the question is, are you open-minded to try to see if new necessities or new characteristics that you may be able to possess or bring to a relationship?
I mean, I don't want a relationship that's not going to help me grow. And meaning grow mentally, emotionally. Like, and that's what I want to do for men too. And that's why I say I'd rather know who you are. And knowing who you are is knowing where you come from, you know what I'm saying, what you've been through and where you at now. Because some people may still be stuck in the past, and trauma may mess, like, they not that person, but because they haven't healed, we spoke about healing, because they haven't healed, they're still, you may be that person that can heal them and they may change, but no one's just gonna change because they like you, and because if they're not healed themselves, how are they gonna change?
So I wanted,
you good. Don't look at me like that.
I wanted to, so based on what you said, right, my question is this, and I'm going to go off of what Esso said, but I want to reframe what you said in a sense, right? Okay. What if you're dating, right? You're dating a guy, and he, what's the word that you use, Rico? What's the word?
Emotionally considerate.
Emotionally considerate, right? Let's say you dating someone and he's like, you know what, I want to be emotionally considerate. I do have 500 million pounds of love inside of me, but I can't give it to you that easily. Mm-hmm. I'm being honest with you. You have to earn that through steps. I could love you like any way that you want, but my love is earned. That's how I could be upfront. Now, if you just want to have sex and you want to have fun, you want to have to, you want to go to dinners, we're good. But if you actually want my real love, I'm very stingy with it because I'm very conscious of it. Is that too upfront?
That's amazing. Because, again, you're giving me a choice and you letting me know from the beginning.
That's actually that's a good game.
You understand what I'm saying? And this is my thing.
That was my post, Alan.
Given a choice. You get what I'm saying? Like, some people are just like, unemotional. They're unemotionally unavailable. I mean, they're emotionally unavailable. You get what I'm saying? But you may meet that person that's what I'm trying to say. You.
No, what I'm saying to you is that they're not emotionally unavailable. They're just not given that emotions. Right. So it's almost like, you know how if you go to a restaurant and a billionaire sits there, he eats in the restaurant and he doesn't tip, and you're like, you're a billionaire.
Right.
Or you think he's broke and he's not.
And he's not.
You just didn't earn it.
He has the emotions, he has the love, he has all the capacities that you want. He just is very stingy to giving it to someone because he's been hurt too many times and doesn't trust. So the safest place to live is maybe in a physical type of relationship.
Well, he need therapy. He don't need a girlfriend. He don't need none of that. And that's the problem. And I'm just saying that because I'm in therapy now. And let me tell you something. It has changed so much for me.
But and I'm going to close it, but what I'm saying is that when a guy like that who could love you like you want meets a girl who's fully emotionally available, she's just giving him all the emotions. Mm-hmm. And then she wants him to give it. He's like, I'm going to give it to you. It's just going to take some time.
That's the problem. You can't give expecting. You got to just give because you want to give.
Thank you.
And that's my thing. And this is what I'm saying. Like, I am not asking anybody. Me telling you what I've been through, who I am, this and that. It's not telling you, guy wants you to love me and heal this. I'm just letting you know this is where I'm at. I'm in a healing process right now. You know, and anybody around me, men, homegirl, anybody that wants to be around me or wants to be near me has to understand that, because it's not even about a man, cousin, sister, anybody. It's not about that. You understand what I'm saying? Like you said, like, it's a healing process. So I'm letting you know this, right? Up front, I'm letting you know that these are the things I'm going through. Mind you, I don't even know that about you yet, right? But this is what I'm telling you. That right there may even open you up to have that conversation. Because if you're not, how...
It might close me up too.
And you know what? And
That's what you
so let me tell you.
50-50.
So let me answer that question. That means you're not the man for me, and you're not the man that God wants in my life. And you know what's gonna happen? We're gonna be friends. I'm not saying I'm not gonna mess with that person, and that's not saying that later on it's God's timing. That means everybody.
No. What I'm pushing. This is what I'm trying to say.
So maybe I'm not understanding the
So
question.
here's what I'm trying to say. Think of it like this. Guys go to the bank. A man goes to the bank to get a loan. He goes to Chase Bank, right? Chase says, you've been declined. Chase has the money.
They just declined
But
it.
he's got declined because there's an error on his credit that he didn't even know about. So he asks Chase, yo, what happened? He's like, oh, there's a thing on your credit that says that you didn't pay this. He's like, that's not mine. And then he's like, fix that, then you could have it. So he goes and he fixed that. He goes back to Chase. Chase says, you're approved.
Yep.
Because Chase has the love, has the ability to give it to you. But what it's saying is that I'm stingy with how I give it. So it's not that the man doesn't want to love you. He's just saying that I love slower. So I may take more patience. So Esso was saying, like, I know you've been through some stuff. I could carry that. But he's saying, how much pacing are you gonna give me?
But me telling you about my things is not telling you I want you to be my healer. I got you. I'm gonna have, and this is what I'm telling you guys, and you're missing it. That's fine. I'm gonna have patience for that. However, I could have patience for it and just be like, okay, well, it's too long. You're taking too long to give me what I want, and I'm gonna leave. But that doesn't mean, oh, this man ain't nothing. I'm still gonna be a friend to you because you get him. It's like, okay. Like, I'm still, if I'm not, again, it's timing. Everything is timing. I feel like if I don't have the patience for it, or I feel like it's affecting me in a way where I can't control my emotions, and I feel that I am loving you too much and I'm giving you. Now, how long are we talking about? How long do you need to get out and be able to give this love to me?
You know what?
And it comes back to how old you are. You know,
Facts.
What part of healing you're in.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying? What generation, exactly how old you are. That's what it is. These days, no one's thinking about that stuff.
I had to be honest with myself.
Because men that's holding it back, they giving the money, and that's how they showing love, but they not really giving real love.
They're not showing love, and that's my point, right?
They not showing love.
And this is what
they
I
giving
wanna-
money.
That's a form of love sometimes.
No, it's no.
To some women, it is, and this is what I'm saying. Everybody's different.
Wait, hold on. We got to make sure that this is understood, because, and I realize that a lot of people in the world don't understand this, is that a man giving materialistic things does not mean you are earning his love at all.
At all.
It's a lot of times the material things that he's giving don't mean nothing to him. So if I can give you something that I have an abundance of and you think that I really love you, then you're actually being confused.
And I'm cool with that because I'm
cool with-
emotionally unavailable anyway.
And I'm emotionally, but that's what I'm saying, because I'm emotionally unavailable. So I'm going to give you whatever it is to make you feel loved. So now you feel love and you're giving me what I want from you, but you're not actually earning any love of mine. You're
earning my ability to give you more money.
You're earning, no.
And she loves your
You're
money,
earning
she
my-
don't love you,
Look,
if that's the case.
You're earning my leisure. You're earning my leisure. We have fun together. I like your company. I love when you're around. I don't want you to be the mother of my kids.
So why am I wasting
I don't
my
want you to
time?
be my wife.
But why is it?
You are like, just how women have Playboy toys, men have Playgirl toys too. And a lot of people get confused about that. Now, one thing I'm going to say that I learned about myself when it comes to being and this is going on with what y'all were saying, and I actually had this realization recently. I'm a reciprocator on love. I'm a leader in everything and initiator on everything else. But when it comes to showing me love, like her, and say like, this is everything, I love this
you
way.
Declaring your love to me.
People like you. People like you. Like, because that's the only way that I know I can trust you is when I know you're giving me all of whatever. I'm a reciprocator. And then
You want her to love you more than you love her?
yes, because if I know that she loves me more than I love her, then I can always, it's something for me to amount to and work towards. And it's a constant thing for me. Otherwise, if I start to love her more than she loves me, at any point in time, I can tap out and be like, this is no fun for me.
Only thing I gotta say about
Like,
that is
it's not good.
I was with you for a second.
But no, that's because Elsa went on a different question.
so my thing is like at the end of the day, this is my take on it, right? At the end of the day, there's only one thing we all have. I don't care who you are. If you man, woman, rich, poor, time. It all comes down to time, right? And we all at the end of the day probably got, if we're blessed and healthy, 8 decades, right? So 80 summers, which is beautiful, right? How do you keep someone's time is sort of like so connected to love.
Or ego.
No, but think about it, right? When you get married, it's forever. Hopefully. But when you get divorced, then that means you broke a treaty with time because you told time I was supposed to be in this situation forever. So what I'm saying is like, you can't beat time. So what I'm trying to say is like, maybe everybody needs to figure out how much time what takes. Like maybe it might take you more time to tell Esso what you went through. Mm-hmm. And Esso may have no time in the beginning because he doesn't know you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But once he gets to know you, now you have all his time. And I don't know if there's a better expression of love than giving somebody all your time.
Fuck no. Are you serious? Don't, no, listen. No, stop. That is poetic, Alan. That's my guy right there. Let me tell you something.
No, I gotta be poetic right
because
now. You know why? Because I want to hear the story about her early life.
But you gotta think about it real quick, eh?
Talk to me.
90% of people in America, at least, spend 25 years, 25 years of their time for nothing of what it's worth.
What are they doing, sleeping?
Well, I'm saying you go and you work 9 to 5, giving all these 40 hours a week of your time to a place you despise, the place that's keeping you down.
It's unhealthy.
It's unhealthy, but that's what I'm saying. Most people don't even know what time, the value of time is.
So I got a question for Laura. If you found the man or woman or person of your dreams, right? How much time you want to spend with them? When I say time, I'm not talking about hourly time. I'm talking about I want to be with you till I'm 100. Is that the person you want to be with?
Eyes.
Till eyes open bright
till you're 99? Or is that somebody you want to be with for 5 years, 3 years?
So check this out, right?
Yeah, please.
I don't want to give y'all too much and scare y'all away and say, oh, she's getting too much at the beginning. And this is why I say it's important.
You won't scare me away.
To understand when you dating. And I'm not saying the first day you meet a person, first of all, you ain't even going to get that much conversation from me on the first day. You're not.
Depends on the guy.
But not about me and stuff like that. Unless, and sometimes organically conversations go there.
Yeah, all the time.
Not every man I date, like I went on a date the other day. I didn't even know I was on a date, honestly. I was like, yo, my homegirl coming over. I thought it was supposed to be, I'm like, oh, damn, girl, I didn't know this was a date. But whatever, So you kind of. And I was surprised because to the opposite to what you guys are saying, and I met him with friends, and then it was like, yo, let's hang out such and such place on this day. And I'm like, all right, cool. When I found out the spot we was going to, they said it was like a bar or whatever. So I didn't think it's like buddy trying to like have a one-on-one to, get to know me. So whatever.
Nothing about that told you he likes you.
He did try to touch my knee, and
She
I'm
didn't
like,
like
bro.
him.
Look,
She didn't like him. Because this already, come on, this is what I'm talking
time
about.
out. No, I'm not
This is why
saying
niggas
that.
don't be emotionally available.
I'm not saying
That's all
that.
I'm saying.
He didn't say, let's go on a date. It's like, yo, so what you doing Monday or whatever? I was like, oh, I'm in Brooklyn. You're in Brooklyn. Oh, this dope spot, whatever. Let's
That's
hang
a
out.
date.
Let's
That's
go.
a date. What are you
That's a
talking
date.
about?
Nah, I'm on her side.
Will you go out on a date with me?
This is the problem that I
That's
said
a
we
date,
have in
but that's a
society. And nobody's clear. You didn't say, you know what? I like you.
We all
I like
knew.
you.
We all knew what he
Time
was
out.
saying.
Hold on, I want to.
I'm
We
not a
all know
mind
what he's
reader.
saying. Go ahead.
I'm not a mind reader,
We wasn't
okay?
even there. We said it's a
We
date.
are meeting. First of all, we met on a platonic friends, whatever. You didn't say, listen, I'm vibe. You're a vibe. I'm feeling your vibe. Can I take you on a date? You don't tell me, I know this school spot in Brooklyn. Do you want to go hang out on Monday? Like, it's mad cool.
That's a
and
date.
he didn't even say, let's go. Nah, see, that's the problem. We are not clear with our
May I take you
expectations.
out on a
We're not
date?
clear with our
That's a herb.
intentions.
That's a
and
herb,
that's why
Laura.
it gets all fucked up. That's why you have toxic love. That's why y'all fuck
You want a
around and
herb?
miss on your soulmate. I want somebody who is
You don't
honest.
look like you date herbs. But I'm gonna ask you because what you're saying is you want a herb, but you don't look like that you date herb. You want a herb to come up to you and say, "Yo, you're such a vibe. You're great.
Let's go on a date."
Let's go out on a date."
I
Let
mean,
me
he
take you
better
out on
not
a
be
date."
talking like
you
that.
wouldn't even go out with him.
But I want him to be direct.